This is a special report from About Space Today.
NASA and Boeing have again delayed the launch of the Starliner test mission with astronauts aboard. I'm David Denault. Once again, another timely delay, and it appears that both NASA and Boeing wanted more time to review the final details. At a news conference today, Steve Fitch, manager of the Commercial Crew Program, talked about why.
This flight is a very important flight for NASA. Joel and I talk about it a lot. Getting a second crew transportation capability for the space station is hugely important to us, and so we've been working really hard on that. It's been a busy couple of months for the Commercial Crew Program. When we look across the vehicle, the Starliner spacecraft is in really good shape. It's in the C-3PF, largely ready for flight, getting the cargo loaded and some final closeouts of the crew cabin. And then, the big activity next is really when to load propellant on the service module. The Atlas launch vehicle is ready for flight. It's been at the Cape for some time. In fact, just last week we had a launch vehicle readiness assessment that we did for that crewed flight test launch vehicle, and it's in really good shape. There really are no issues relative to the launch vehicle.
However, reporters wanted to know, why were they just being told of the delay?
Next question is from Michael Sheets.
Hi, everybody. I believe this question is most appropriate for Steve, but I guess I'm struggling to understand a little bit of why this mission was scheduled up until up until now for about a month from now, and yet we're only hearing now that it's delaying by 4 months. That's quite a large segment of time to only be finding out about a month before launch date. So is it these other certification processes that weren't expected? It seems like a lot of what we've been talking about today are all very known issues that would have arisen weeks, if not months earlier. Thanks.
Yeah, that's a fair question. I think we were scheduled for mid-April, and so we're talking about kind of a 3-month move here in the launch date, but there were a number of factors that went into that. I think if we would have looked at the space station manifest, we could have possibly flown earlier in the calendar time frame, but when we looked at what had to be flown for the station manifest, in particular the CRS-28 mission, we jointly decided that we would take the extra time and move this flight jointly between Joel, myself, and Mark. We'd move it to 7/21.
The crew of Commander Butch Wilmore and pilot Sonny Williams were scheduled to launch in late April on an 8-day mission to the International Space Station. Now the crew must wait until a July attempt. I'm David Denault with a special report on the delay of the Starliner launch.
This has been a special report from About Space Today.